Welcome. We just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on. Do you think people even care what we're doing?
Of course.
How do you know?
Well, we have many followers on our Instagram, Tourist Journeys, and people are interested in what we are doing, where we're going, where we are, what is our plan.
Hi guys, we've teamed up with Xuzhou Travel to share with you their app.
Check it out, connect with other travelers, and tell your story.
Yeah.
Because many of you know that we left China in 2020 in January 4th, and we've been traveling for more than a year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, we've gone back to places now.
Yes.
That we're surrounded.
Yes.
You know, there's a quote out there. I forget the quote is. I was trying to explain it to you. We actually spent some time yesterday trying to find it. That something, and if you guys know what it is, maybe you guys can help us out.
Yeah, leave a comment, please.
And it's basically like when you start out traveling, and then when you come back to a place for the second time, it's kind of like you're no longer a traveler. And so the people we're staying with, the guy who runs this whole building, I felt like we're coming back to like someone we really know, because he's just like, yeah, just stay here. We wouldn't be charging until you figure your life out.
Yeah.
But it's been really nice.
Yes.
Really
So
nice.
we traveled to 9 countries in 2020.
Who would think during a pandemic you could travel so much?
And not only travel, we leave like 5 months, 3 months at a time in each country.
Yeah. But we were very fortunate. I mean, we would just happen to be in Southeast Asia at the time the borders were closing behind us. When we were in Thailand, well, we were in the Philippines when everything started to happen. And so when we were in the Philippines, we heard about China possibly going on lockdown.
Yes.
And then we left the Philippines, and then we went to Thailand. And then things started happening in Thailand. We were in Laos. Then we went to Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then Vietnam, at the time, was the safest country.
Yeah.
And as we left Vietnam, they closed down. We went to Bali. And then it was around March 6th or March 14th or so that our school in China said, just don't come back.
Yes, we had to cancel our flight twice.
Yeah. No, and more than that even. We were in Laos. And we're
Laos.
supposed to
Oh yeah,
leave
and twice in Bali.
twice in Bali.
3 times.
And so yeah, we've been kind of like running from the tsunami or the avalanche.
Yes, and now we want to go back to China. We feel like we are ready to start working again.
But why do we want to go back to China? I mean, people think, we've actually had people ask us, why do you want to go back to China? And why do we even want to be there?
Well, first of all, we still have all our belongings there. The whole apartment is at our school, and we need to earn some money.
People have asked, well, why don't you just ship it out of China? Well, you know, when things are normal, it seems so easy. Sure, just put it in a box and send it. But we're dealing with China, and China's a little different. Number one, anything with a logo on it, no matter why you might be shipping it, is not allowed. And number two, you cannot ship electronics. So anything that's a hard drive, anything that's a camera, laptop, you cannot ship that out of China. You have to carry it on a plane. So you can't just call a friend and say, hey, DHL everything, put it in a container. And number two, shipping costs.
Yeah.
Most people may not realize this because they don't ship things out of foreign countries. Pricing of cargo right now has doubled and sometimes even tripled in price right now because of what's going on.
Everybody's making money.
So a simple solution is not simple right now. It's different. But we want to go back to China.
Yes. What is the second reason we want to go?
What was the first reason? Our stuff.
Yes, our belongings.
Yeah, the second right now, going home right now could be a financial disaster. We have savings, but by the time you decide where you're going to live, buy a car, first and last in security, buy all your furniture again, and plus you may not have a job because most people right now are being laid off or whatever it might be. And Florida right now, that's where we would want to go because of everybody moving into Florida right now. rent has gone up 50 to 100%, and still there's no jobs in Florida, really. I mean,
Yeah.
things are back to normal, but there was never really, you know, Florida can be difficult at best.
Our plan was for 2020 to work in China, and then after 2020 to go back. But as Jesse said one day, first we ate the dessert before dinner, so now we have to go and eat dinner.
Yeah. So like, exactly. First we did all of our traveling. Now we gotta go back to work versus working and then traveling. And you know, twice I tried to go on the Trans-Siberian train.
Yes.
And first it was in 2017, but I didn't make the trip. And then we actually 3 times. We were going to do it in 2018. Remember? Then we had to go straight to America.
Yes, 19 I think.
Oh yeah, 19. And
We planned out everything.
every stop, everything. And so now I guess now will be our 3rd attempt if we can do it in 2021, 2022. And so yeah.
So let's talk about what we're doing with China
Yeah.
and at what level we are.
Well, first getting back into China has been impossible. You have to have residency, you have to be a citizen of China, and
Then they created PU letters, which we were not in a category to get them
yeah.
because we didn't
PU
have a
letter
job.
is basically an invitation letter. So all the international schools right now are not hiring. They're just on a freeze. They cannot get teachers back in. However, there was one school, a language center, the largest one in Shanghai, that can still get teachers in. But here's the thing, they cannot just get any teachers in. You must have an expired residency permit after March 24th, which I have,
Yes.
and you currently are not in China, or you would, if you were in China, they would need you. But
And we do have a reason why we didn't come back.
right. So I am one of the last people they can find that can return to China. And so we got all the paperwork processed, turned in, and now it's at the Exit and Entry Bureau
Back in China.
in China getting processed, and it could be any day. I mean, Chinese New Year just ended on the 17th, and so they're slowly getting back to work, having that first cup of coffee, and they have tea actually, tea, and get back to work. So we think it could be within 10 days, I would hope. And we came back to Albania
Yes.
because we had a working relationship with the Chinese consulate here, and they knew of our situation even back in October.
Yes.
So it sometimes can be left up to the consulate that you're in to accept or deny. But I've been fortunate. You know the story behind Ukraine?
Yeah.
How I was there and I got that processed.
Really good.
And so hopefully the luck and the favor continues.
Yes.
So right now we're just kind of waiting on getting that approval. And with that approval from mainland China, going to the consulate, we go in, pay some more money, get that nice old sticker in your passport, and you can fly.
We do not have any expectations on dates because we learned with China they can call you tomorrow and say everything's ready. You're ready.
Yeah.
You can fly.
Yeah.
Or they can tell you whenever they feel like telling you.
Yeah. And just a little bit of process, and not to bore you guys with it, but you get a entry visa is all it is, and it's good for 30 days. Then they will verify all of your documents once again. Never change the document because then it can get rejected. And then within that 30 days, you'll get your resident permit, and it's good through the end of your contract. And that is when you know you're golden. But even that 30 days, they can reject you.
Yeah. Happened before.
Yeah.
To people.
Oh, it happens all the time. The horror stories. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's our China update. But people kind of often, I would think in the back of their minds, they've asked, why China? How did you guys ever get to China? I know why I came to China.
Yeah. I know why I came to China.
Yeah.
But we're gonna tell you the story in the next video.
Yeah, stay tuned.